The annual threat assessment of the U.S. intelligence community, released by the Office of Director of National Intelligence, has said that under the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India is more likely than in the past to respond with military force to any real or perceived Pakistani provocations, and each side's perception of heightened tensions raises the risk of conflict, with violent unrest in Kashmir or a militant attack in India being potential flashpoints, it said. Colonel Alexander Oksenchenko, a Ukrainian Air Force flanker pilot, lost his life when his Su-27 was shot down in Kyiv by Russian forces. Reportedly, it was an S-400 system that was deployed in the Belarus southern border, in Gomel region near the Ukrainian border, but it is estimated that the missiles could have covered nearly 150 kilometers before knocking down the Su-27 over Kyiv. Reportedly, Russia had not deployed its 400 km range 40 N6A missile batteries, and rather it was 48 N6 missile that might have played a role in taking down Su-27, that was over 150 km, confirming first successful kill for the S-400 system in the battle. Amid the ongoing Ukraine-Russia crisis, Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Narawane on Tuesday said the lesson for India from the ongoing conflict is that we have to be ready to fight wars of the future with indigenous weapon systems, and steps have to be taken in that direction. Asked about the lessons for India from the Ukraine-Russia crisis, the Army Chief told ANI, "The biggest lesson is that we have to be ready to fight future wars with indigenous weapons, and the steps towards Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense have to be taken more urgently. The wars of future should be fought with own weapon systems." Ukrainian President Zelensky said that he is no longer pressing for NATO membership for Ukraine, a delicate issue that was one of Russia's stated reasons for invading its pro-Western neighbor. In another apparent nod aimed at placating Moscow, Zelensky said he is open to compromise on the status of two breakaway pro-Russian territories that President Vladimir Putin recognized as independent just before unleashing the invasion on February 24. But until and unless the President and NATO gives it in return that they will not include Ukraine in NATO, the war is unlikely to end. China has announced its defense budget for 2022, on the opening day of its 5th annual session of the 13th National People's Congress. In monetary terms, the new Chinese defense budget will be $230 billion. Indeed, the budget revealed on the 5th of March confirms a continuing rebound in expenditure. Last year, China increased spending by 6.8%. And in preceding years, the budget had risen 7.5% in 2019 and 8.1% in 2018. The Hindustan Aeronautical Limited (HAL) as today announced on Twitter that they have started work on the much-awaited 5th generation AMCA fighter, in collaboration with the Aeronautical Development Agency. Reportedly, in the first phase the HAL will be manufacturing 2 prototype units of the aircraft on which the technologies will be tested.